coba play.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between.
Aku bisa. Aku pikir aku sudah capek untuk traveling. Endless clutter. Suara kereta jalan
But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
Bellariva adalah restoran untuk istirahat. Sayangnya, bisa istirahat kalau sudah meng-unpack barangnya. Kopi pause tuh.
My favorite overalls. These will never go out of style. The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. Looking forward to taking more close-ups of my fingers with this. I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repairwoman at your service. My passport. Not many blank pages left now. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish. I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal.
Akhirnya setelah sampai di Bellariva, aku datang untuk mengunjungi festival makanan. Menginap beberapa hari. After planning of the I was completely sendiri.
Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work.
Tentu saja aku butuh uang untuk membayar itu. Jadi aku memikirkan untuk mencari pekerjaan besoknya.
My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of.
Jadi orang tuanya nggak ngizinin untuk pergi. Mereka pengen gua untuk tinggal di tokonya.
I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires.
Aku melamunkan untuk buat the weird and wonderful place. Tempat aneh dan menakjubkan.
My story in Bellariva began with a little girl and a voice she was longing to hear.
Story cerita di Bellariva dimulai dengan gadis kecil. Chapter 2 Lullaby.
It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun.
Pagi pertama di Bellariva yang tidak sabar untuk keluar untuk jalan-jalan.
In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time.
Main Square, balai kota. Ada pekerjaan untuk festival.
As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
Apa? Masih mumet. Diam pala. Yung mumet biasa. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake. And I felt someone tapping me on the back. Oh, ini isi gadis kecil. Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix it?
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
Gadis kecil umur 7 tahun. Mungkin udah dapat flyers.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore.
Safe is broken. Pemutar suaranya rusak.
I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
Okay, can we try? I can try. Coba lihat dulu. Kita lihat. Gimana? Ini. Nggak bisa pakai ini.
Why did you do that?
Why did you do that? Kontrolnya agak susah. Oh,
How did you do that? I didn't see.
pindah juga. Terus masih kan? Ya udah. Apa yang taruh? Putar-putar.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some
Baterainya
spares.
kosong. Kita pasang yang baru. Sebelah kita. Pusing. Play.
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that I...
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
Dan bisa aja.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill.
Dan itu yang nyanyi ibunya.
When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo.
Dibayar pakai mainan yo-yo.
I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
Sedih. Oke, chapter 2 selesai. Chapter 3. Shattered.
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit.
Kecapean, kembali ke hotel dan menerima surat.
The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father.
Ayahnya Isabel.
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Mental peace apa? Tahu lihat beberapa protagonis kesepian, patung yang rusak tanpa berpikir aku mengambilnya.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him.
Patung ayahnya Joseph was found my pocket, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him. Aku mengecewakan dia.
It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
100 tahun dan 5 menit sampai 5 menit dengan Isabel.
Will you be able to see the glue afterwards?
Kaki, kan?
I don't want people seeing the cracks.
Mungkin badannya dulu.
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
I don't know. Ini tangan. Gini cukup. Oke, tangan kiri. Cukup. Pasang. Berarti ini dulu kan.
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
Ah, kurang. Kaki sama. Tangan. Lumayan lah.
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
Itu terlihat sempurna. Ayahku menginginkan diriku untuk membuat sesuatu tentang diriku.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
Ibunya Izzy nyanyi.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again?
Oke. Sedikit capek. Untuk persiapan festival.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found untuk agar kita berbicara tentang itu.
Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
Telepon masih 14 chapter. Yang terakhir disconnected.
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning.
Hari kedua di bandara Bellariva.
Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries.
Melewati kafe dan banyak pengunjung. I stopped breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries.
I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Ketik masuk, I was about to go inside our cafe.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
Nora, no sih.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect.
Ada resep.
Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong?
Okay, no problem. Ini fuse. Motherboard. Green board. Lonceng.
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this. You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
Click the wire to turn to the ngambang.
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
Pasang lagi. Pasang bel yang baru. Sudah selesai.
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
Hello! How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the cheque in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh, God, I have to get ready. Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?